Hi YouTube, Zora the Pure here. In this video, I will show you where will you get the items needed for this cosplay. But before we begin, I would like to remind every one of you that this cosplay is the third seasonal cosplay for this channel. And yes, 2 of the items needed for this cosplay are from a seasonal event. And with that being said, let's go! For the first item, we're gonna need to travel across this map right here. And yes, this is the seasonal map where you will get the 2 seasonal items needed for this cosplay. And if you don't know where this is actually Camp Gonna Getcha. And how will you get here? Here's how. First off, we're gonna go to the town of Battleon, and in Battleon, we're gonna go to the main square, and here in the main square, we're gonna travel to Yulgar's Inn. Now, in this area right here, just turn left, and you will see this NPC right here. Just like who I mentioned back in the previous cosplay, which is Dottie. Now, in her menu is yes, a portal to the camp. And that's how you go here. Well, anyway, the items needed for the cosplay is actually on the other side of where I took my introduction. Just follow where I'll go. Now, turn through here, and you will see a cabin among all of these cabins with scratches. Now, all you have to do is to enter that cabin, which is the camp cabin. Now, inside this cabin, we have 4 or 5 NPCs right here, but the only NPC we're gonna need to talk to is this one right here, which is Kristen. And in her menu is a crafting shop called Flechette or Flechet Crafting. And inside this crafting shop, we're gonna need to get the Flechet Burn for the armor, and the claws for the weapon. Right there. For the next item, we're gonna need to go to the town of Battleon again. And in the town of Battleon, we're gonna go back to the main square. And in the main square, we're gonna need to go to Yulgar's Inn again. But this time, instead of talking to Dottie right there, we're gonna need to talk to this NPC over here by the fireplace, which is Arathor Havenshield. And in his menu are 2 areas to travel to. And the area that we're gonna need to go is the Treefern Ravine. Now, this will take me a not so long travel. And just to let you know, the item that we're gonna get here, or we're gonna need to get, is actually a drop. And the monster that drops the item is actually right here. I got 2 locations, but this is the nearest I can lead you to. And yes, the monster I'm talking about is the Merchant of Death. All you have to do is to fight this monster, and it will drop the item. Let's see. Oops, it didn't drop the item, but don't worry. I actually got the item earlier. Yikes. Anyway, the item that I'm talking about is actually this one. The Merchant of Death hat. Which is the hat that I'm wearing right now. For the next item, we're gonna need to go to Greengard. And here in Greengard, we're gonna need to go to the Heartwood. Now, Here in this area right here, we're gonna need to go back to this area, and yes, we're gonna talk to this merchant again, which is Auden, whom we've interacted back in my previous cosplay, which is the Link cosplay. Well, anyway, the item that we need is actually here in Heartwood Crafting, which is Auden's Crafting Shop. And in this section are former shops, and yes, we're going back to the Lost Heartwood items because the item that I used is the same belt I used for my Link cosplay, which is the Wolfskin belt. Right here. For the next item, we're gonna need to go to Battleon Outskirts. Now, here in Battleon Outskirts, we're gonna need to go to Burger Hero. Now, in this area, the item that we need is actually mentioned back in the Steve Harvey cosplay. And yes, it is located here in this poster right here, which will then lead us to Pizza Hero. And the item is actually located in this guy's menu, which is Mario. Now, here in the menu, or his menu, we're gonna see a shop called Pizza Hero Swag. And if you're guessing it by now, yep, the item that I'm talking about is the Pizza Hero Security Boots, which are the pair of boots that I used during the Steve Harvey cosplay. Right there. Now that we have collected all of the items needed for this cosplay, the next thing or step that we're gonna do is to customize our avatar. And though we don't have much of a customization here because the armor includes the face, the only thing you need to do if you got a hairstyle just like this one, all you're gonna have to do is to remove the hairstyle. Like for example, since this one is near to the skinhead, you can actually do that. Or like for example, to make it farther, it will take time for you to press this, right? So to make it quicker, all you have to do is to adjust your cursor here and simply press it to remove the hairstyle instantly. And why do I tell you to remove your hairstyle? Here's why. See? It matches the hat and it's accurate for the cosplay. And that's pretty much it. Right there. So, there you have it, folks. My very own idea for a Freddy Krueger cosplay. And oh, by the way, if you're gonna notice all of my cosplay, I don't usually put shoulders or a cape on it. But some have cape, and some have not. But most of them doesn't have shoulders. And why do you think it doesn't have shoulders? Here's why. Now, going to my inventory, I actually have all of the invisible items there, and yes, most of my cosplay doesn't have shoulders. And some doesn't have gloves too, and cape as well. So yes, I use invisible items for my cosplay, and it depends on which cosplay I am gonna do. So, well, I hope you like it, and if you do, please hit like, subscribe, and press the notification bell. And until then, tune in for my next videos, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye!